But okay, so again, we're going to be going for NP5 here. Do not worry about the amount of quartz. We're definitely going to refill if we have to. I only have NP1 of Arthur, and I've explained this one before that for a while I didn't feel like Arthur was good. I didn't feel like he was getting much in the way of buffs and stuff like that, and he has finally gotten some. I think he's in a better place, but he still desperately needs an NP interlude, and that's one of his biggest issues. But either way, regardless, I'm pulling the trigger on him now so I don't have to do it later. This is a relatively dead time for me in terms of rolls, so I figured why not actually just go all out here and try to get everything. He's a saber face, you know, maybe. Like I said, whenever I do the saber face only runs, people don't want to let me count Arthur, and that's fine. I do count. What? Couldn't happen to anyone else, chat. Literally first ticket. Literally first ticket. So people don't want to let me count Arthur for the Saberface only runs, and well, that's Arthur's response to that. But again, it's one of those deals where I think I've only ever even used him once, and it was an LB2 on a fodder node. Most of the time I just haven't had to use him, is the big reason. Also, yes, we do have the Chaldea Boys craft essences here, so you guys can expect to see quite a bit of craft essences flying by, including what is it? Is it Rampage or God, I can't remember the name of it. The 4-star taunt C. Zero Saint Quartz is not. Oh my God! Outrage! Thank you. Okay. Okay, I was about to say, like, damn. Okay, and by the way, again, this is not the Chaldea Boys banner, so you can get females on it. It is not, it's not male exclusive. Was about to say, yep. And Outrage and Suzuka, god damn it, Cat. No, I don't think I've gotten Outrage yet. Unless I was not paying attention. We were just discussing Outrage. What the fuck is happening? Welcome to CAD rolls, chat. Like, my rolls are at minimum always comical when I have to go deep. It's really funny. I either extremely luck sack or get extremely shafted. One way or the other. Now we got Outrage, chat. There you go, chat. Getting a taunt C. That easy. It's not normally this easy, but again, so far my tickets are really good. Arthur loves you, my guy. Well, it's almost like growing up, my favorite fairy tale was The Legend of King Arthur. So again, this is still sub 10 tickets, and we have already gotten three gold units, 2 of which were the rate up SSR. Cad's starting to believe. No. I already believe. I believe going into this banner. Historically, chat, I'm amazingly blessed on NA rolling for just about any saber, let alone any saber face. And when I say saber, I mean like the class. Your luck is too high. Your next SSR is going to be Janako now. I mean, probably at this point. Somehow I've made it all this time. Guys, I'm scared. Another strong CAD year. Exactly. I already explained this one before, that the last time I got really lucky in a year was, well, it was a terrifying thing for everyone involved. Now OG Saber got to show up? I mean, I would laugh if she did. I wouldn't even be angry. Please turn this into a video. Already recording. It happens. Yeah, that was basically a double SSR, right? 2-in-1 multi. Actually, I'll be interested to see if I can get MLB of the Pierce Invuln one. That one's actually not bad. And that is the game's response to it. As expected of the CEO of Saber, yes. Indeed. I for one like this new title. I'm hoping I get luck like that for Koyan and Oberon. Oh yeah, and that's the thing, chat. Don't worry, I will get unlucky at some point, right? It may even happen in this very roll session. If I remember correctly, my best was a triple SSR roll. What's your highest SSR count in one multi? I've gotten 3 SSRs in the same multi. I have never gotten 3 of the same SSR in one multi. The closest I ever got to that was I got 3 copies of Moriarty in 2 rolls, and literally the 3rd copy was the first spin of the next roll, so it was like right there. Remember, never brag about luck. That's exactly my stance on this. If I get lucky, I am always happy to be lucky. But again, chat, I think for those of you guys that have been around me a long time, you've seen I can definitely I can definitely get shafted. I remember getting 3 Vitras and 1 Luvia and 10 tickets. Wow. Yeah, I mean, the thing for me with the Moriarty rolls is they were not even like I wasn't even going after Moriarty. I just wanted 1 singular copy of the doggo in the original Shinjuku banner. And well, instead I got 3 Moriartys. So it was like, oh, okay. What was it again? NP5 Bunturia in 600 courts? No, is less than 600. But 2000 and no Mao. Mao Nobu was what, 2700 for NP1. This is not a fun experience. Desire sensor? Oh, 100%. I rewatched the 3 Moriarty video today. That is an old one though. Do you ever plan to NP5 Mao? God, that is a loaded question. I really like Mao Nobu. I really like her aesthetic. I really like her concept. NP1 was that bad to me. I had to give up on the first time I rolled her and actually instead go after her on the next banner that she came up on. And I even tried to low key like get her with the GSSR. Didn't work. So like I finally ended up getting her, but yeah, like I don't know. It's really tough to think about like, do I go deeper for her? At least now with Pity, there's only so much I can get fucked, but... Are you going to MP5 Punch Bay on NA? Are you talking about Johanna? Or are you talking about someone else? Nobu was so bad we don't even have recorded video of the rolls. You know, it's really funny how that's happened a couple of times. Like, you don't have Mao Nobu, you don't have the original made altar rolls either, and those were like my historically worst ones. I think he means Birdie the Mighty. Oh, Cuckoo. Yeah, no, I'll roll for Cuckoo. I don't know if I'll do NP5 though. That'll remain to be seen. I do really like her though, so that's just a case of like I'm not ready to commit to that yet. Especially because like we don't know what's upcoming, so it may be a case of like maybe at first I roll 1 or 2 copies. Maybe this year's like just totally stacked on JP. So I'm a pretty patient roller most of the time. Like again, you guys can see I only now am I finally going after NP5 of Arthur. So just over the years, I have definitely gone after NP5 immediately of like the saber faces. It's very rare for me to just straight go to NP5 on anyone else. I pulled 4 outrages in a single multi. God damn, Nasworth. Reigns was also bad for me. Reigns was just shy of being the worst, if I remember correctly. So my Lartoria for a long time was the worst to get NP1. And the worst single copy out of any copy was Made Alter at like 2400. Mount Nobu beat both of them. Reigns, so I think with Lartoria it was 1890 for NP1, and Reigns was 1830 for NP1. So it was not good. But the Lartoria ones hurt by far the most out of any of them, by far. Oh really? Damn, I got her in 100 course. That makes me feel so good. Going pretty good, FG. We're rolling for Arthur. I am finally pulling the trigger on this one. You waited just long enough to take the crown, right? At least Buddy treated you well. Lartoria treated me amazingly after that first copy. Like the average for Lartoria. So chat, it was 1890 for NP1. It's like 2400 for NP5. Like the other 4 copies came really, really easy. So it was I'm a-okay with that in the end, but yeah, it definitely was like, man, she made me work for it. Nobu wanted to be your hardest SSR, pretty much. She made you prove yourself? Oh, she did. The worst part was I had people like, I still remember this back then. I had people coming into my stream, even people that are my friends. They're just like, oh, Cad, you know, stop rolling. You can just use mine. And I'm like, dude, it's my fucking waifu. I'm like, no. I want my own copy. So it's like, imagine your favorite unit and imagine you can't get that unit, and imagine instead like one of your friends just keeps coming up to you and being like, hey, don't roll anymore. Just use mine. It's like, nah. Imagine how much spare quartz you'd have if pity was always a thing. Oh yeah. This is why when people say like pity just doesn't matter, I'm like, okay. Yeah, like y'all don't get it. Now, I definitely know a lot of people that think pity is mostly a whale thing and that they'll never hit it. And I've always recounted to them that not only have I hit pity as a free-to-play twice in 1 year on JP in the past year, but there were also 2 times before pity came out on JP that I saved up more than the pity amount, and it took the entire amount to either get the unit or not get the unit. So pity would have already saved my JP account twice before it came out. So that's like, I understand people think that it's not a big deal and that they'll never save up that much. And I just will tell people again, like, now that pity's in the game, take advantage of it. Like, stop YOLOing so much. Actually save up the amount of quartz. Try to get back to pity when you roll beneath it and stuff like that. Like, it just really actually helps you if you do that. That's how my JP has managed to hit it twice, is I've saved up enough quartz and finally got the unit that I wanted. Cad's luck got me 7 SSRs this year. Thanks, Cad. No problem. I don't know how I did it, but congratulations. I never saved before simply because there was no guarantee to get the unit. Right. And that I totally understand, right? Like, there was no reason not to YOLO for the longest time. Then they gave you the 10 ticket, or like, sorry, 10 basically 10 roll extra spin, right? So you got the 11 spin. That definitely incentivized at least not YOLOing like one thing here and there, but instead at least doing it in like multi batches. And And then now that pity's a thing, yes, like you're absolutely incentivized to save because of it. So, and that's what I've said. It's like, I think it's more of a perception issue than anything else. There's so many players on you know, either server now that are just so used to not having to save that the concept of saving is almost lost to them. But again, I'm just gonna say, like, now that you have that tool, use it, right? Like, don't ignore it. I think it can only help you. So trying to, like, instead roll against it is like, yeah, it'd basically be like, hey, what if you just threw, like, you know, one multi at each banner in Genshin Impact, and you never actually saved up to hit pity, right? Like, people would call you insane. So it's the same thing here. It's like, you have a pity system, use it. Now, I understand people will be like, oh, but Genshin's so much lower and stuff. I'm like, that's fine. I'm just gonna say, hitting the pity amount is not as hard as people think in NA. Sorry, in FGO in general. Like, the game gives you so much free stuff. Again, you guys saw, we literally just got milestones full of, you know, brand new courts if you guys have been playing the game. You bond your units, you get login bonuses, you basically get tickets from a lot of different areas. And as you start to accumulate them, if you just hold on to them, if you don't roll every single banner you see, you can actually save up pretty fast. Like I said, I basically I hit pity twice on JP. I could have easily saved to it 3 times, and in fact I basically did. I think it was at like 800 courts as the year ended. So it was one of those deals where, because I rolled at other times in between the times I hit pity, yeah, I can certainly say that you can save to pity at least 3 times a year as a free to play. Any 7 for vets can give you almost a full pity on its own. Yeah, it's really nice. Okay, so hold on, chat. Let me go quickly farm some free quests. A few moments later. I don't know why that did the screen flash, because that was not me plugging my thing back in. Oh, there you go, chat. Wow, that's really fast farming. Okay. Just free to play here, by the way. Aside from Koyet and Oberon, everything I have right now until November will go towards Okuni to NP5 her. You get a ton of Saint Courts until then. Yeah, I think, like, this is why I've said, like, one of the biggest things you can do as a free-to-play player, as a new player to the game, is, like, have a plan. Like, actually, like, say, like, okay, these are the units I actually, like, this is the unit that I really want, because they're, like, my favorite unit. And then, like, these are the, like the really powerful support banners and stuff that I actually want to go after. And if you do that, if you set out a plan and you start saving for that, and you don't just roll everything you see, you'll be good. You'll actually get a lot. Now, again, as a newer player, to some degree, yeah, you can YOLO, because, like, you just need bodies to actually fill your slots. But what NP level so far? So I started out with NP1. We've already rolled 2 copies. My plan is a mess. Yeah, and I think that's also partially it, is people don't want to have to plan, they just want to YOLO. But I think this is a game where the more you plan, the better off you are, the more likely you are to actually, like, be able to handle things. Whereas when you don't plan, you get caught off guard all the time. NP4 chat. Arthur about to come in as the cheapest, but I don't think he is, because I think that NP1 copy was not cheap for me. I think it was like basically like 600 courts or something like that for NP1. On the verge of greatness, yes. How much was Castoria? Castoria was really cheap. The 1 more copy, yeah. Also Arcana, thank you for the follow. NP5 Castoria was the cheapest. Yeah, so Bunny was the cheapest, then Castoria was like, so I think Bunny was like 5, I think Bunny was like 540 and Castoria was like 510 or something. Or yeah, maybe 570. I don't remember. It's just crazy though. Gooey, thank you for the follow. Maybe Asclepius and Cascu. Yeah, see, that would be the advantage of like actually rolling on the Chaldea Boys banner, is I could get like Castor Coup coins early and stuff. Just real quick here, chat. I don't know why, but my brain is telling me like, hey, just go make sure he's actually in P1, and he is. Okay, he is, just so you guys can see. He does have his new upgrade out, which I will have to do at some point, but again, I wanted to be sure there so that I didn't I was like, wait, did I roll in P2 of him at any point? I didn't think I did. But okay, so we're basically like how much, chat? Like we're like basically an entire pack plus 2 multis in. But yeah, Castoria was the cheapest. I may or may not have pulled Artoria while I was rolling Say. Nice. You're gonna grail her, right, Arash? Oberon will be with Barghest and Faye Tristan, or is he alone on his banner? We don't really know. Like, that's how he's currently set up, but they may shift that around just depending. But like, this is a weird part, is like pity causes some of the banners to change, plus those 4 stars are like also available on a bunch of other banners right around then, but I think they'll still just keep them on it. The real problem is you might not get a devoted like solo day for the 4 stars because of pity. So I just got back. I'm going to ruin your luck. You can't, Panda, it's too late. Actually, Panda, even if you could, I'm gonna let y'all in on a secret. If I wanted, I could just Thanos snap copy 5. So, like, I don't have to keep rolling here. Don't do it, yeah. Yes, I mean with the original pity system. The OG pity system, chat. It's the CAD suffer system. Okay. I need Oberon. Knights will just be nice if I get to fail as Oberon as a free to play. Yep. The actual whale pity system, yes. Target Panda. I feel like I just ruined Panda's entire night. Arteria granted me the snap, and I will use it on the bug. I see. But yeah, and so like depending on who's where with those banners, like some of the banners you just might want to go ahead and use your stuff. You might want to not. Like some people are just gonna try to like save up and roll like only Koyan Skya, and if you do that, and you can do that, the issue will be if you don't have enough for like even pity on Koyan Skya, you only have yourself to blame if you don't get her, right? That's why I say like save. Good luck. Thank you, Rhea. That's not even a whale system, that's a Leviathan system, maybe. Holy crap, finally, chat, conversation on the hot sands, and I think that's my 5th copy finally. I can finally, after years, albeit. Like, it's funny to me that we've been rolling this whole time and only now did we finally see a copy of it. But that's also why I said, like, rolling a banner like this with a lot of craft essences of the same rarity in it, like, man, it's rough trying to get one thing. You guys might have watched me get outrage easy. You might have seen the person in chat say they got 4 in 1 multi, and you go, oh, I'm a multi too, and then you just don't get any, right? Like, and now it's taunting you, right? But quite literally, pun intended. it's just one of those deals where it's like, yeah, you might never see Outrage. You might just only see the other 4-star copies. Are you going to use that seat? No, I don't need Outrage. I have chat. I have like triple MLB Gouda Gouda poster girl from back in the day, because Cat has NP5 Okita. Okita, chat, was my my very first SSR in this game, and she showed up with like one multi. That was divine intervention if I've ever seen it. You have NP4 Proto Arthur? Yeah, we started with one though. We're really lucky so far. Remember, Saint Court save for Koyan Chihuahua is Saint Court's earned? That's true. I'll have to go check to see if my talk on Hot Sands is done though. Outrage is my first taunt, and I'm so happy I finally have access to a taunt C. So fun fact, and again, just shameless plug here for anyone that might be watching on YouTube after the fact, but I have a video talking about how to get Outrage at the cost of a rare prism. It might be 3 rare prisms, I don't remember, but again, I have a video talking about how to get it. You can just buy it out of the shop. So like, if you want to save yourself courts and you don't want to have to roll, but you really want a taunt C, there you go, you can get it. Not Outrage C, Hot Sand C. Hot Sand's just really good for like challenge quests. I might use it at some point, but I think nowadays like something like Star Soaking is not as big of a deal because we have so many supports that give star bombs. So first was Tom Lancer that followed by a ticket of Squirtle. Nice. Squirtle was the first thing I rolled after Lartoria gutted me back in year 1, and Squirtle was way nicer to me than Lartoria was for that first copy. Basically, I think I got like 2 copies of her in like 500 courts. But it wasn't like, so that doesn't sound that amazing. I also got like 2 copies of Vlad and like a John Ruler, which at the time I didn't have NP20 of John, so it was like, oh my god, that's really good. Like they were actually good rolls. But nowadays, looking back at that, plus you can stick Star Bomb Cs on your supports. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's still nice. It's still nice in like a group setting where you just want all of the stars going to one unit. Why can't that be on my JP account? This is gonna be something. I felt like that was a quick shift there. No. John incoming. You know, I wouldn't even be surprised at this point. When I saw the rainbow orbs, the first thing I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then I was like, I hope it's a saber. That's the sad problem. Anytime I see rainbow orbs on my NA account, anytime rainbow orb shows up and it's not the class on rate up, oh man, chances of USO are likely. Oh? What's this? Hi, Fionn McCumhale, my favorite blonde-haired, green-eyed Lancer. Oh god, Fionn, every time. Hey, it's Erish, yeah. Young non-punished Cad being happy to see John sounds wholesome, not gonna lie. I actually, okay, so chat, you want to hear the story of how I got the original copy of John? Okay, I'll tell this. I feel like I've told it before, but it's probably somewhere in one of my videos on YouTube, but we'll tell it again. So back in the original Valentine's Day, I didn't have a single extra class to my name, and at the time I still had Okita, so I wasn't like I was sitting there kind of going like, ooh, I like Nero Bride, but I don't need her yet. And then there was Arturia there too, and I was like, well, Arturia is permanent. I'm probably gonna be playing this game a long time, probably gonna roll a lot, so I'll find a time to get Arturia, because it was, remember, back then we had dual rate ups, so it was like you were rolling Arturia with Nero Bride or John with Nero Bride, right? So what I did is I actually skipped over Artoria, just fully confident that I would get her at a later date, right? And I basically just go into John's banner, which was the next day. And I only had like 180 quartz at the time, and 150 quartz go by, and I'm just like, fuck, man, like I'm not getting her. Oh well. Like and this was after I had already been shafted on like rolling at Saber Wars originally, and rolling for Jack on her original banner. So like I knew the odds. I knew that I didn't have a lot of quartz, and I like knew I couldn't reasonably expect to get something, but I was just like, man, I kind of hope I do. So again, I get to that last multi. I get deep into that last multi. I'm on spin number 9. Flips around, ruler. And I'm like, oh, there you go. Finally I get Janu. And so like I'm just ecstatic at that point. Here, I'll buy more quartz. And I go like, oh, you know, like I'm so happy. And then while I'm celebrating, while I'm talking to the people in Discord, and I'm just so happy, rainbow orbs show up, and I'm just like, wait, I thought the roll was done. And it's a saber, and it's not just any saber, it's OG saber. So literally the last 2 spins were SSRs. One was the raid up I was after, the other was the girl I skipped the prior day. So, and I've always said this, that this is exactly what Saber does to me. She only shows up when it's hilarious to do so, and it's pretty much every single copy I've ever gotten her has been that way. Yeah, it was like she was chastising me for skipping over her. She was like, how dare you skip me? I'm still coming. So it was just hilarious to me that happened that way. And then it got even more hilarious where later in the event, I think our monthly reset happened, and so I was able to go purchase the 5 tickets out of the shop again. And that's new. Yeah, I was able to go purchase the 5 tickets out of the shop. I get them, I run over to the banner, and I just YOLO it right onto Bride and get her. And I'm like, so that was my original Valentine's Day, chat. And pretty much every single Valentine's Day I have been blessed. Like it's been kind of crazy. The only time I haven't, I think rolling Bazette on JP, I went to pity. Also Axon, thank you for the follow. Why do developers dislike Arturia Lancer Alter so much? I'm not even talking about new costumes, at least a little bit of history about her. I have no idea, Axon. She's someone that I think they actually can do a lot with. There actually is some backstory to her that could be really interesting. But yeah, no, you're preaching to the choir at this point. Because everybody in here kind of agrees with you. Most new Saber faces in a single event? Probably. Dean Stay Night had great music. I'm doing pretty good, Red. How are you doing? We're just rolling away here for NP5 Arthur. We've been really lucky so far. This is my 2nd pack, but we are in deep. He'll come next multi? I mean, he doesn't have to come at all because there's no pity anymore. Hold on, I'm trying to remember what this one is. Battle charged at 40%, increase NP charge by 2 levels when using NP one time, and increase debuff success rate. So the debuff success rate's really weird on this, but I will definitely take that. That's an interesting one. Kirasaka, thank you for the 26. Yeah, can we get some love? 329 for Nero Bride. Let's go. Think she comes out late March. So we have Chaldea Boys next on NA. And then, like I said, I actually put the video out for that already. I think you're gonna probably see Sometime, yeah, late March, you're gonna probably see Akihabara. And Akihabara Explosion is the it's our tower event for this year, but that is the banner that she's on. Yep. Goddamn Asterios multi. What? Are you rolling FP? I hope we get a tower event for JP. I do too. I actually really like him. Yeah, it's been a while. Like, I feel like a tower event, like, they could very easily just copy one of the prior tower events, and I don't think anyone would care. Shit, they could rerun one. Like, people just like them because it actually, like, it's a cool way to, like, flex how well you've taken care of your account. And it's an easy way to get a lot of resources on the cheap. Hopefully when they inevitably buff Arthur, his animation update will also be with it. Yeah. What are tower events? So tower events are basically, you have like 200 floors that you can go through, and only the first 100 are required for event completion. But the latter 100 are sort of like a challenge type of area. They're really not that hard, but the major gimmick of a tower event is that it costs like 1 AP for each node. It's really cheap. So you basically can instead just like spend all of your time outside the event, like doing whatever, but they cost 1 AP a node, but your units will go on cooldown. So NP5, there you go, chat. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. You pissed the luck sack. He's just paying the price now. And now he's done. Yep. So there you go. But yeah, so that's the major gimmick, is your units will go on cooldown for a couple hours, and you can use them again, but the fastest way to get them back is actually to put them in the sauna, the hot springs, the whatever you want to, like in one case it was a gym. So like there'll be an area that you can slot some of your units into to get them back faster. You can't do it with all of your units, but it's just a really cool way to sort of be able to like test the capability of your account. If you have a really robust account, you can actually get through the thing in a matter of like hours. If you have an account that just doesn't have that many units, it can take you a bit, but it's definitely pretty cool. Now farm whale cookies? No, we're not farming whale cookies. But yes, that is NP5 Arthur. That is amazing that we managed to get him done that quickly and that easily. Does anyone know what the full total amount for that was? I don't know if anyone was keeping track for me, because I am not good at counting while I'm entertaining. You can check your summon history. Yeah, but I can sit there and manually add up my summon history, but I don't want to do that. Oof, JP Moon Cancer node is rough. Oh, it's easy if you have a ruler. It's rough if you don't. You can still use some like berserkers and stuff though. But again, I will definitely take it. Arthur is done in a flurry. 600 Sankorts. That's not bad if that's the case. That's really good, especially considering that the first copy was not so kind to me originally. People who have NP5 Arthur are hotties. Oh, thank you.